What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Gooned Up Nerds podcast, where our mission right now is to apparently piss off Dylan, because Dylan has the most fuck you face in the entire world right now.
I'm not here.
So we're finally capping off our Japanese horror series right now with it's not even the Ring versus the Grudge. It's what
Sadako.
Kayako. Yeah, or Kayako. I don't know. Whatever.
God, it's not that hard.
It's hard. I'm bad with pronouncing things. What do you want from me? And so we're not gonna beat around the bush here. Like Dylan made a point before. There's really not much to talk about this because it is bad. Like, it is just really fucking bad. Like, it's almost not even like, it isn't worth talking about, but we did say we were going to fucking do this. So we're fucking doing this. And Dylan just stole my White Claw. Yeah, so, and also these are the bad flavors too.
Yeah, whatever. It's better than what we just watched.
So... like I said, there's really not much to talk about this. So we watched it just to cap this off, and I thought it would be funny.
We skipped a lot of movies too in between.
Yeah,
I don't think any of this. I don't think any of this movie is. How would you say canon? Anyway,
it's not canon.
No, they don't even follow the correct Ring rules. The husband's not even in it from the Grudge. Fuck this movie, bro. I was like falling asleep the entire time. There's just weird effects. You know,
I think that's the biggest sin in this movie. It's fucking boring. It's
boring
really as all fuck. So, and here's the thing. This movie clearly was made on a budget of like $10 fucking dollars because they couldn't afford jack shit in this movie. They got the house, which also I'm sure other scenes from other like in-house scenes were done in the same house. They were just
definitely
moved stuff around. They had
wasn't the same Toshio or Kayako.
No, not at all. But I mean, they did kind of spruce up the makeup a little bit, which is kind of cool. Other than that,
what was with the fucking tongue thing?
Oh yeah, it's like Toshio suddenly had like really chapped lips, and he would just start like moving his tongue back and forth in his mouth.
Like, remember that scene in Scarface where he tells his friends what the girl is like and everything? It's like what Toshio was doing this entire movie.
And it was, and also Toshio really didn't do shit this movie either. Well, actually, no, he did a lot. He killed a few people.
Killed mad people.
He killed a few people.
Weird, like ninja, freaking Toad Boy X-Men jumping shit.
I mean, it's almost not even worth going through the story because it's so fucking boring. Like before anything happens, none of the haunting stuff is like really that good. The jump scares, they had like one or two maybe that get you, and then that's about it. And it's like. The story's not even worth it because it literally doesn't become a versus movie until like the third act, right? Because it's just two separate stories about two separate curses going on, and then they
just like out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it comes out in the stupidest fucking way. Because honestly, I think the only thing worth talking about is probably like the third act. To be honest,
so essentially, this movie breakdown is you got an urban legend professor who believes in the ring tape, and he wants to find the ring tape, and somehow some chick goes out and buys a VCR player because she needs VHS. I'm sorry, right? VHS?
Yeah, she needs a VHS player.
So she buys a VHS player because she needs to make a copy of a wedding tape, and this VHS tape player just happens to have the cursed tape in it, and apparently the people that sold it knew what it was, and they're like all joking about it, and the daughter's like, yeah, I watched it too, I guess I'm gonna die soon, and then she fucking kills herself, like just jumps off the ledge and like
in the stupidest way. Also, not for nothing too, this like you were right before, it didn't follow any of the fucking rules of the ring.
It was 2 days in this, and it was all rumors that you can beat the ring, even though we've clearly seen people beat the ring in previous movies.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that really holds up is that you're except for the ring, honestly, is that you can't really stop these curses. But
no, not at all. Apparently, they just...
Well, we'll get to it, but... I mean, we're going to go through it a little bit. Like, it really just follows these two separate people. Like, this girl that moves next door to the Grudge house. And for some reason, the Grudge house is trying to lure her in specifically.
Yeah, she's got some sort of like sense to the house, and she keeps getting visions and weird like teleportation patterns into the house when she's in her house, and she's not really there, but she is. I don't know.
It's fucking dumb. And then the other girls were the ones taking the course with the professor, and then they do the whole thing with the tape, and then and it's kind of stupid, and I don't understand. So like they're both about to watch the tape, and then I guess she's technically considered the main character of the film, next to the other girl.
The main character gets a text message.
And she looks down away from the tape for like 2 seconds. She sees kind of the opening scene, but she looks down. And as she's typing her texting or whatever, her friend watches the whole tape because the tape's like what, like a minute tops or some shit.
And it's not the original tape either. It's just some weird door.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't come out of a well. She comes out of a door in like a mental asylum.
And she doesn't always come out. It's like depending on the person, apparently, which is explained later on.
Oh, wait, the professor doesn't see it?
No, the professor doesn't see her, but he's like obsessed with seeing her.
Which is fucking dumb because this guy literally is like
pancake face.
Jesus. Anyway, so we follow them, and so we follow them because they're basically trying to break the curse for her friend, and they go to the professor. Professor watches the tape because he wants to see Sadako. Sadako.
Yeah, whatever. How you say it.
The ring girl. All right, the ring girl.
The ring girl.
And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to fucking watch the tape. And then, we'll see. He watches the tape, doesn't see the girl. He doesn't see, because usually after all these people watch the tape, like the ring girl shows up in the room somewhere and they see her for like a split second before.
Yeah.
Right after the phone call, which is still kind of the weird screeching noise that the Japanese version has.
He gets a phone call, though.
He does get a phone call. He does get the screeching. And he's like, this is the real thing. Holy fuck. Like, we have to.
And he's so excited about it.
Yeah, it's fucking jackass.
It's like the guy from The Rings. And I'm sure more people have seen Rings than this one. It's kind of like the teacher in that movie.
It just kind of goes down. So he tries to get this is when he contacts the medium or something.
Yeah, to try and like exorcise the curse from them. Yeah,
and then they take her. He takes the friend to the mediums, and they do this crazy exorcism, which is just fucking hilarious because all they're doing is making her chug holy water
and chanting.
I don't know.
Chanting. Yeah, we don't even know if it was real.
Yeah,
chanting.
It doesn't look like a real ceremony, to be honest. So, and then she just starts slapping the shit out of her, and then
it's pretty funny. Like this whole scene's ridiculous. She's like force feeding her water, saying like reveal yourself, and then smacking the shit out of her and the friend for like intervening.
The friend comes up, and then she just winds up, just smacks her, and then the person's like, "All right, just let her do what she's gonna do. Just leave her alone." And then after that, the spirit somehow gets summoned inside the girl, which I don't think that's how the fucking thing works.
Well, I don't even think you see that first. You just see the two other like sidekicks like automatically like get possessed and like kill themselves.
I think you see them like I think you see her eyes roll back or whatever. And then anyways, but yeah, the two guys that were holding her back, like literally, like one kills the other one by breaking his neck in the weirdest way possible, and then breaking her own neck in the weirdest way possible.
Yeah, like snapped their head. What was it? Fully backwards, right?
One was fully backwards, and the other one was fully like forwards.
Forwards?
It's fully forwards. So, like, it was ridiculous. And terrible goddamn prosthetics, whatever they were using. After that, the priest is like, oh, shit, I failed, and then suddenly gets possessed. And
starts strangling herself.
Yeah. And also, out of nowhere, dumps exposition. Oh, by the way, I contacted so-and-so. I think it's like Kaizu or something. Yeah. I contacted him. He's on his way here. He should be soon. There's money underneath the altar so you could pay him. And then becomes the freaking ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
And starts, the teacher goes, I want to see the ring girl. He starts, like, what?
He's, like, trying to save the medium a little bit.
How?
Pull the hands. He's like, stop choking yourself.
Oh, yeah. The medium started choking him.
And then she headbutts him and turns his face into a pancake.
Which is the worst fucking CGI you'll ever see.
You gotta clip that.
Huh?
You gotta clip that.
What?
You have to clip the pancake scene.
And just put it in?
Yes. Do it.
All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to try and clip in the pancake scene.
You're going to. Everyone has to suffer.
It's so fucking bad. Like the CG doesn't even make him look like the face went flat. It looked like the side of his face kind of got smeared back. Like it didn't even look like it got flat. But anyway, so then eventually the chick wakes up and realizes everyone around her is dead, and she's like, oh shit, I'm not gonna fucking make it, am I?
She's like, oh, I guess it didn't work and I'm not cured. Like,
And then at that point, Kaizo or whoever, he comes in
Yeah, with the blind girl.
with the blind chick, which is straight up just like out of nowhere. This movie's just like, I'm gonna be an anime, because those are straight up two anime characters: a blind clairvoyant girl, and then some other dude in a leather jacket that comes in looking super cool for no reason, acting like a bad boy.
If the Poltergeist was an anime,
yes,
that would be that.
yeah, like the
They
instead
would
of
split that little
the
frog-sounding lady up into those two people, and that's what you would get.
which, by the way, this guy is corny as fuck. Like, he's trying to play like the bad boy from high school, but clearly he's like in his 30s. And I think you pointed out, I think it actually is the dude from Battle Royale, like the bad,
The psycho
psycho
who
kid.
signed up for fun.
yeah. And it's so bad. He does this thing with his hands, like this. He like whisks and does like some gang signs or some shit, and then like it's supposed to whisk away spirits or something, or like shoo them away or
It makes
something.
absolutely no sense.
No. Like, it's like the studios asked the people here, hey, just throw in something like a little goofy, but like, they're like anime, right? Just kind of throw something in like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like they bring him in, and what the guy kind of just, what is he? I don't even remember what the fuck he does at this point. I'm actually surprised I remember this much of the movie, and it's just because we just watched it.
I think that's when he's like, all right, I have an idea, and he goes to the Grudge house.
Yeah, that's right. And which,
Or we see like the little boys first, if we want to talk about that.
I mean, all these characters, like, it's like,
Nothing matters in this movie. It's
yeah,
just bad.
really, they're all throwaway characters at the end of the day.
There's a bunch of like little like 8-year-olds bullying another little 8-year-old, and they sneak into the house and they all die. That's like literally a 5-minute scene that's in the movie for no reason.
It's kind of funny though, because
It's funny, but it's whatever.
yeah, no, like,
You could explain it. I'm not. I don't care.
Dylan was not happy with this movie, and honestly, I don't blame him, because he was like falling asleep. I actually was struggling to stay awake, but I'm like, nope, I'm staying awake, because you know what? This is the second time I'm watching this. Which, by the way, when we get to the end, when I watched it with a couple other people a little bit ago, and just the ending when I first saw it, holy shit. Anyway, so the kids go into the house because they make this kid go in. They're bullying him into going into this house. He goes into the house, and it's kind of funny because it's like he almost looks like he befriends the cat boy, I think, and then he lures the other kids into the house by like yeeting a rock at this kid's face.
Pretty nice shot.
Yeah.
Cracks him in the face.
And the kid's like super pissed, and they chase him in the house. Obviously, all of them get taken out one by one, Predator style, by Toshio. Like, one gets
He's
taken
literally like killing them like the Predator.
yeah, like they're dragging him into cupboards, into the tub, and then by the end, it's like he finally gets the other kid, drags him into the ceiling, while the kid that initially lured the other kids in gets taken by Kayako, right?
Yep.
Because
They all
like,
die.
yeah, and they all die, because it's like, I thought it was just funny because the kid's like, oh, I befriended a ghost, and no, you're going down with the rest of them. But then, and that was a throwaway scene. Like, there was no reason to have that scene other than to like have the girl the girl next door kind of hear a story that kids went missing in front of the house, and she thought,
I guess it's if you've never seen The Grudge, you get a quick scene of what happens in that house.
yeah, and
And
then
that's not even what like originally happened either.
oh no, not at all.
That shit was crazy.
No, this is a completely like separate story outside of anything canon from those things. If you guys even want to get that serious into it, honestly, this movie's a joke. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
And then the girl starts getting like all these like crazy visions and shit, and like the house is trying to lure her in, and that was never a thing in The Grudge. And it's just clearly because they need to find a way to have someone cursed by this house for a long enough period of time for them to do the versus part of the end of the movie. The guy goes into the house. Well, he doesn't actually go into the Kaizo or whatever. He like just checks it out and stuff.
And then they like feel at the door. They're like, "Oh, if you go inside, you get cursed and you die." So they like don't go inside, but they're like, "All right." And then they find a well out back, and he's like, "This is our last resort."
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is fucking weird. Okay, so then he goes back, and at this point too, the friend for some reason goes insane and goes like, you know what? We should all die. We should all die together. And she somehow uploads the Ring video into the internet, and she's like, oh yeah, no, I knew it was bad, but by the time I decided to take it down, too many people downloaded it, and now it's all over the internet. And they're like, we're all gonna die together. Let's all die together. Will you die with me? And she's like talking to her friend, and I'm like, when did this psychosis shit happen? Because this is in a matter of 2 days. And she goes insane in a matter of hours and does this bullshit. And it's like, and not even that. It's like they're not even showing signs of her getting haunted by anything or at this point.
There was no like haunting scenes
No,
Besides
like
for the one medium scene.
that's what I'm
happened.
saying. Like they really had the budget for like maybe 3 special effects scenes, like 3.5 maybe, and then everything else was just these characters talking. And these guys are not good actors. They're over the top.
Yeah.
The fucking dialogue is garbage. Oh, this movie is just a failure on like every front at this point.
There was nothing good about it.
And it's not. I mean, I can't even say it's a shame because it's like they're basing it off of properties that should not be doing something like this. This is not Freddy versus Jason. Like
Nope.
as stupid as that movie was, at least it kind of made sense. A little bit they tried making it make sense.
More than this.
This one, the guy literally just goes, "You know what? If I can't exercise these people, maybe I'll just make the curses fight each other like some Godzilla bullshit."
Yeah.
He literally has like a let them fight moment. Like it's fucking stupid. He goes, all right, let me check out this house because I want to bring the girl into this house or something. Eventually, the dumb girl next door ends up in the house because it finally lured her in. At that point, too, like the parents run in. Then the Grudge goes fuck up the parents.
Kills the parents.
Which, by the way, there's no gore in this movie. Like, and whatever gore there is, it came from the ghosts, not the people.
Yeah, like the mom like got her legs cut off by the hair at one point or something.
Which also, it's like as
She
soon
had,
as
like,
someone,
weird black hole wounds. I don't know.
yeah, no, like every time someone gets like something amputated or like cut off, they like somehow cauterize the wound, and there's no blood or
And it
gore
looked like hair.
or
Like,
anything.
hair sealed it.
And I'm pretty sure that's because they didn't have the budget to add any extra CG effects for
No.
those scenes. A failure on all fronts because so the parents fucking die. The medium comes in, does his little hand swooshy thing, and then gets her out of the freaking.
He throws the hair in too, and the hair like starts battling. Remember, he took the sample of the hair
Oh, yeah,
earlier on.
Which also, by the way, make no sense because it's like so.
Yeah, he got like a sample of the ring girl's hair, and like he used it to like ward off the Grudge for a second.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make any sense. Like, how did that ward it off? It's just fucking hair.
I
Like, you know.
don't fucking know. This movie sucked.
And let's chug this real quick. But anyways, yeah, like this is gonna be a short one, guys, because this is a fucking like it's not even like I'm trying to find humor in this right now. I really am.
No, it was just bad.
It was just fucking bad. Like and it had the greatest sin that you could ever commit of being a bad movie. It was boring as fuck.
Yeah.
All the scenes with because it's like they're depending on these actors to carry these scenes. And they're fucking jokes. Like these guys are acting like anime characters. This chick doesn't know how to act. That it just starts. It falls apart. And by the third scene, the third act, where all of their stupid, crazy shit's supposed to come out, it's not even really worth it by the end. At this point, he goes, "Okay, so you guys are together now. Okay, you guys are friends. Cool, whatever." And for some reason, also, everyone in this movie has kind of like a suicide wish or something because the professor said, "I don't give a fuck. I want to see the ring girl, and I don't care if I die because of it."
Yeah.
And then
the other friend ends up trying to hang herself, but the ring girl stops her and kills her herself, and it's like, no, you can't escape the curse.
yeah, which is kind of stupid because it's like she definitely had like either a few more hours or something.
Yeah.
And the ring girl's like, nope, you're mine. You can't do this. You're mine. And like suffocates her with hair or some shit.
And then the main girl, the main actress in the movie, decides to sacrifice herself to get possessed. Was that it? She was supposed to be possessed by both of them?
No. So what happened is like, so the girl, I mean, eventually they say, okay, so you guys are going to go into the house. The girl that's already cursed with the Grudge curse is going to watch the tape. While the girl that already has the ring curse is going to be in the house, so she's going to get cursed by the Grudge curse. So then you guys are going to go in there, and then while they fight over you, whoever gets to claim you or whatever, they're going to kill each other. That's his fucking big plan.
Jesus Christ.
The dumbest fucking plan I've ever heard any medium in any movie say, as much as I have seen in any other haunting movie or whatever you want to call it. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. The guy goes, the whole well thing. So I don't know what the well thing was. He sets up like this weird like thing. He's doing his hand swishy moment like things where he's going around the well like. And by the way, like they couldn't even afford CGI to like even put like sparkle effects or something on his hands. Like, I don't know. So eventually the Grudge curse and the ring curse meet, which first it's actually Toshio versus the ring girl, because the ring girl comes out of the TV as Toshio's trying to claim one of them.
It's like the hair, and Toshio is just like, the hell is that? And then like gets sucked into the TV.
Which is kind of hilarious how they actually treat the kids in this, because the kids, when they get murked, they did it the same thing with
pretty
Toshio.
savage.
They just drag him in. You see like little feet
Yeah.
kicking and going limp and shit. And same thing happened with Toshio when he got dragged into the TV. And then eventually you literally see, it's almost like two wrestlers coming into the ring. Like the freaking ring girl's like doing her little like weird like shoulder pop and lock dance towards them, while like Kayako's coming down the stairs doing her weird like contortionist thing and doing that fucking noise, which. By the way, I don't know why they jacked it up so loud for the fucking movie. It was for no reason. I'm pretty sure that's what woke you up a couple times.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Which is why I'm like, I'm not going to turn this down. He needs to wake up. And like, so they're coming down. They come down to each other. And then like literally like they kind of go after each other a little bit. Like I think it was, the Grudge girl comes down. As soon as she hits the stairs, the bottom of the stairs, she comes running after the ring girl, like slams her down on the floor and drags her off. And then you see suddenly the Grudge girl coming back over on the floor, but she's now like tangled in all the hair and shit. And then as soon as one of the girls reports that's happening, the guy goes, "Okay, it failed. Get the fuck out. Like this isn't working."
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you didn't even see what happened yet. And then you just see like the ring girl like completely obliterate the Grudge girl.
Yeah, like she looked at her and she exploded.
Well, I think she literally just twisted her apart with the hair. I think that was the thing, because you saw the hair going to her eyeball and her mouth and whatever. But then
stupid. Yeah,
and then at that point, like the girl's like, "Oh, what the fuck? What do you mean we have to?" And then the Grudge girl comes immediately back. And by the way, because the medium comes in to try and get them or something. What'd you call? Oh yeah, he tries to get the tape to try and lure the ring girl out or whatever. And then the Grudge girl shows up again because I guess you just can't kill these ghosts. So this whole plan was foobar from the beginning. So he throws the tape at the Grudge ghost. As the Grudge ghost is trying to destroy the tape, the ring girl goes after her again or whatever.
And they run outside.
Yeah, and then
to the well,
where literally the guy discloses his plan. Like, "Oh yeah, by the way, one of you's got to die anyways."
Yeah, he's like, "I need one of you to sacrifice yourself."
He's like, "I didn't want to do this, and I didn't want to tell you because I didn't think it was gonna. I thought it was gonna work. Like for real, I thought this was gonna work. But one of you's got to die now." And so obviously the main actress for the ring curse is like, "You know what? I'm just gonna sacrifice myself because everyone in this has a fucking suicide wish." She goes, "All right, I guess the idea was you're right. She's like supposed to get possessed by both of them or something,
and then fall into the well.
But instead, she fell into the well first, and literally, once again, like two fighters coming into the ring, you see them coming in, doing their stupid little dances or whatever, and then they run at each other. And as they try to claim the girl, she jumps into the well, and they explode into each other.
And I don't know if anyone's ever played Resident Evil 7, but when like...
Of course you're going to bring this shit up.
Like Jack, you fight him in the boathouse at the end, and he's like the giant 8-eyed worm monster, weird thing that's all like that. That's what this looked like.
It was fucking bad.
Yeah.
It looked like a PS3 cutscene. Like it was really, really bad. And
the whole movie was bad.
And clearly, this is where the last of their CGI budget went, because they went all out for this one. For them, what they would consider. So they spent like maybe $20 extra for this shit. Number one, the giant tentacle monster that's created is like freaking out the little blind girl, because now you can see the blind girl can see auras and all that shit. Like she has like Daredevil vision or some shit. Toshio, I guess, is like behind her, ready to claim her. And
licking
then
his lips.
Yeah, and then so you see the freaking thing go down into the well and claim the main actress for the ring curse. I kind of skipped over some shit. Either way, they tried covering up the well. Clearly, the well shit didn't work. And
Kaizu gets like cut in half.
Oh yeah, the Kaizu gets cut in, which by the way, once again, somehow the wound gets cauterized because there's no guts. No, it literally looks like hair. Yeah, it looks like a fused stub. Because you just see the top half of his body.
And it's so dark, you didn't even like notice for a second. I feel like.
Yeah, right. It's like, and it's like, oh my god, it was so bad. And then suddenly you hear the girl, oh my god, they fused, they merged, and then she comes. Which, by the way, these girls are interchangeable, so it wasn't really that much of a difference. It was like literally like the ring girl comes out and does a different dance sequence for you, and makes the Grudge girl noise.
Yeah.
As she's coming out, about to claim the Grudge girl, she's making her noise. She looks up, and you see her eye. Cut to credits, and that's the end of the movie. And the thing that Dylan did is almost equivalent to the first time I saw this, where Dylan just goes, "No, no, no, no." Because I'll tell you this, I watched this with a few other friends the other night. I think I actually might have watched it with Nick. And as soon as I saw that, my mouth was dropped, and I'm like, no fucking way they did that. No fucking way they ended it like that. I still think there's a stinger at the end. I'm going to go downstairs and see. I'm not going to report on it like here. Maybe I'll bring it up again. But at this point, this was one of the worst movies I've seen so far. This probably is the worst movie. I'm sorry. Like, I think I in sequence, the way I'm going to put these out, Army of the Dead came out before this. Army of the Dead is leagues better than this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I should have watched this first and then watch Army of the Dead, and then I probably would have been way more apologetic to Army of the Dead.
This was just awful.
Because this was garbage on a catastrophic level. And the thing that pisses me off is just that I can't say much more about it because it was so boring.
Like it wasn't even a fan service either.
No, they just threw this shit together. I guarantee Shudder was just like, hey, look, we have kind of some rights to these properties. Let's just fucking do something with it. And they fucking botched it. And it's like, no one asked for this either, by the way. No one wanted this. No one asked for this.
No.
Everyone, like, I mean, at this point, we basically spoiled it for you because there's not much more to talk about. Like, that's it. This was a fucking horrible fucking movie. And I do not recommend this to anyone. If you guys even get curious about it, it's not worth it.
It's not fun.
It's not worth it. Main reason I wanted to do this is because I was curious. It was not worth it.
No. It's not like, oh, I'm bored tonight. Let's see if I can find a really bad movie. Watch it with my friends, have a good time, laugh at it. No, like, this sucked.
Like, you can't even
this was bad.
Yeah, you can't even Mystery Science Theater this bullshit. Like, this isn't even fun to make fun of while you were watching it. I was trying. I tried, and I couldn't really do it. It was bad. And yeah, no, like, this is a kind of a sour cap off to the Japanese horror series. So, yeah, I apologize to my co-host and to myself, to you guys, to America. Shudder, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because this was fucking garbage.
We have to do something really good after this one.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know. We might move away from the horror thing. Maybe do some action or some sci-fi or straight sci-fi.
All right.
We'll see where this pans out to. Anyways, guys, like I said, this is a short one because this was just not even worth talking about almost. Nope. Like, Dylan didn't even want to do this.
I tried to escape.
He tried to escape twice. Tried taking my weed, too. And you know what? By all rights, he should have done that because this movie was terrible. I did put him through some shit, so I apologize to Dylan for this. And yeah, don't fucking bother watching this. Nobody. It's not fucking worth it. It's garbage on a huge level. And you know what? Yeah, no, that's it. I got nothing. I got nothing else. Anything from you?
I'm trying to think of like how else we can.
No, you can't extend this.
No,
that's it. There's nothing else to talk about because. The problem is
the kill talks aren't even worth talking about because you don't see them.
You don't see them. Like, they get dragged off.
No, it's
like literally.
Don't watch this movie.
No, this movie is on a $10 budget. Like honestly, I'm so glad that you asked to just come over and watch it on my Prime instead of paying for it. If you paid for this, I would have probably given you the money back. And I would have had
to own it. There was only like a buy option. This would have forever been stuck in a library.
It would have been your own personal Japanese horror curse.
And like I couldn't, like I don't know. I'd have to like delete my account and make a new one. I don't know. This couldn't be attached.
Okay, it's like, can I not have this? No, you bought it. Well, I don't want it, so
you could have it back for free.
Like,
I just don't.
I don't want it. No, it's yours now. You have it. It's like herpes. Like you have to fucking keep this forever, and eventually you'll want to watch it because you bought it.
Thank God I didn't.
No, I would have felt really bad if you did that. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it because there's nothing else we can talk about. Fuck, I mean, if you don't like someone, have them watch this. Just be like, hey, look, I'll suggest this movie to you because I don't like you.
Yeah, if you're like about to break up with someone too, like make them sit through this movie first.
It's like, just so you know, I know that what I'm about to tell you right now is nowhere near as bad as what we just watched, and then just break up with the person. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for us. Check us out for the next upcoming podcast that we got. We're going to probably try and, like I said, steer away from the horror a little bit, maybe do something else. I apologize that we capped off the Japanese horror series with this. Dylan, you want to say anything else? Say bye to the people?
Have an awesome night and never watch this movie.
All right. Fuck you guys. Bye.